So today I learnt that you have to fulfill on every single promise you make to yourself. So it's kind of, I mean, I've heard this idea quite a few times, but I listened to it in a podcast yesterday, and basically it's almost like the most important thing you can do, and sort of the basis of being someone who you yourself respect, and to make yourself feel happy and like just good. If you don't fulfill promises to yourself, then you'll just feel garbage, and you'll just hate yourself, and you just won't like yourself. It's like a good metaphor was that if you had a friend who you always asked to go to dinner, but then he was always late, he never turned up on time, he was always like could only be there for a little bit. So you are actually that friend, if that makes sense. When you put it into perspective, you tell yourself to do something and you're always late to do it, or you don't even show up. You tell yourself tomorrow you're going to do a run, you're late to the run, or you don't show up to the run, and you don't do it, you don't fulfill the promises. So you stop trusting yourself, because you can't trust yourself to do anything. So how do you expect yourself to get anything done if you can't trust yourself to do it? So the way you need to, and that has really bad consequences on like your mental health and stuff, because you can't trust yourself to do anything. So it's just really bad for your mental health and self-respect and self-esteem. So what you need to do is, I feel like it's hard to always fulfill promises to yourself, because that's a bit too much pressure. But what you can do is just try and follow through with what you say you're going to do, and also make it so that from now on, whenever you say, I promise I will do this, that you go and do it. So you only save it for when you know you'll actually do it, which might sound a bit like cheating, but it's the way to actually have a method which is solid, if you know what I mean. So for me, if I was to go on like a run tomorrow, I could say, so for tomorrow, I could say I promise to myself I will do 30 minutes of homework, because I know I will, and I know it's not hard. If I say I promise, that means I have to do it, and it's not too hard of a thing for me that I'll end up not doing it. But jeez, but if I was like, I promise I'm going to do a 20k run, then that wouldn't be a good idea. It wouldn't be a good idea for me to say that to myself, because that's quite a high resistance task. So I'll be quite likely to not do that. So then it won't work, and then I'll fail on fulfilling the promise. So try and make yourself say, I promise I'll do something, and use that for like small tasks, and over time you can build it up until eventually whatever you say you'll do it, and it'll be the best thing in the world. So hope that made sense. Peace.